Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. For today's episode, I want to talk about Davion Mitchell. He's been really great since he's joined the Miami Heat. He's made a real impact. He really fits in with the Miami Heat culture, even though it's becoming played out now these days. But I want to talk about how I think the Miami Heat should re-sign him this offseason when he becomes a restricted free agent. So Davion was traded to the Miami Heat on February 6th, and his arrival has been great, but Davion has now played on 3 teams in the past 4 years. So that might raise some eyebrows. Like, why is this guy getting traded all the time? He was a lottery pick in the first round back in 2021, I believe, or 2019, I think, actually. But either way, his impact for this Miami Heat team has been great, even though it's been a pretty bad year for this Miami Heat team. We don't need to talk about Jimmy Butler or any of that, but it's been rough. But since he's joined the Miami Heat, he's really showcased a really great blend of defense and offensive efficiency. So he's been on the team now for how many games has he played? Let me pull this up. So he's played 22 games. He started 14. He's now coming off the bench, which I think is a better role for him. And he's playing 31 and a half minutes. And he's averaging 9.8 points, or round that up to 10, 2.6 rebounds, 4.8 assists, which is great, 1.1 steals, shooting 51% from the field. And here's the kicker: on 3 attempts, 48.4% from 3-point range. So he is dominating, and he's shooting that impressive 3-point percentage, which is huge. And he's integrated, completely into this Miami Heat system. And again, he's a Miami guy. Like, he fits the culture. He hustles. He's a tough on-ball defender, one of our best defenders. And he, again, is just someone who, plays his role, and he plays it well. And he's becoming a really good playmaker, like in floor general, like a traditional point guard. But I don't see him as a starting point guard. If this Miami Heat team wants to succeed and they want to play well, you can't have him as your starter. Like, I think he comes in and he takes over that Drew Smith role, even though Drew Smith got injured, would be cheaper. But they're relatively the same age. I think Drew's 25, Davion's 26. But Davion was a lottery pick, for a reason, even though he's been moved around quite a bit. He finally, it looks like he has found a home in Miami. So again, the issue here with him is he's a restricted free agent. And so the Heat have a critical decision they must make. Like, they could extend him with the NBA qualifying offer, which would be $7.9 million this next season. He's now in his final year. He's making 6.5 with the Miami Heat. And so he would get a pay bump. It wouldn't be significant, but it would be something. So we could offer that qualifying offer, and it would grant the Miami Heat the right to match any proposals or offers from other teams. So as a restricted free agent, the team that had him previously gets to match the contract as long as they've been on the team under 4 seasons or whatever it may be. But either way, Mitchell meets the league's criteria by season's end, and this figure could even raise to 8.7, which is still a cheap deal for someone like Davion. Like, think about it. Like, Terry Rozier is on this roster making close to 25, right? And he's only going to be making 8.7. Like, think about the impact we've had with Davion since he's been in the rotation and in the lineup over Terry Rozier. So I would much rather have Davion at 8.7, which is not much. You just got to hope some team comes out and says we want to offer him, 13 or 14 or 15 million per year. And then it'll be harder for the Miami Heat to want to match, because we don't want to be, again, a first apron, second apron team with a team like this, which would be detrimental for the Miami Heat moving forward. So beyond his defensive accolades, like I was saying, he's become more of that natural backup point guard, orchestrating the offense and hitting threes at a high clip. So I think the consensus with the Miami Heat organization is he is a guy that can contribute off the bench. He's been pretty invaluable so far after the Jimmy Butler trade. And he does have a lot of synergy with this Miami Heat team. He plays well with Bam Adebayo, fits next to Tyler Hero if he needs to play as a spot starter, I would say. I think putting him next to Tyler, because he doesn't need the ball, obviously, like, is good for Tyler Hero. Like, we saw Terry, someone who needed the ball, and another scorer who's not an efficient scorer, obviously, this season. didn't really work out well with Tyler Hero. So I think we got to add him next season. Our defensive rating has improved dramatically with Mitchell on the floor. When he's off the floor, you could see the difference, kind of like how you see the difference when Bam Adebayo is off the floor, what the defensive rating looks like. It plummets, and it does. It's not going to plummet because he's not as good as Bam, obviously, or as important defensively, but still, he's very important. I think he is someone that is, again, important for this Miami Heat team. He's one of our best point of attack defenders. He takes on, one of the hardest assignments when it comes to the backcourt opponents. And I think he's someone that embodies the Miami Heat, their philosophy. And I think Coach Spo likes him. And I think re-signing Davion Mitchell isn't just a choice. I think it's a necessity this offseason. I think he's earned it. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like Davion? Do you think he fits in with our Miami Heat culture? Do you think he should come off the bench next season as a backup? And we should re-sign him? I think we should. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.